Hey guys, so let's talk about The Witcher 3. So there's been a lot of talk about this game when it came out last year in 2015, and a lot of people have been hyping it up, and I'm going to give you some of my feelings about it. So overall, it's a good game. Me personally, I enjoy it, but I'm not like super duper in love with it, right? My personal opinion. There's a lot of people, that I can see why they like it for good reasons. For one, if you are into the Witcher series, I'm sure you really love this series. The Witcher 3. I played The Witcher 1. I played The Witcher 2. I didn't really get hooked on them. So for me, the theme itself and the story, I didn't get hooked on it as is, right? So then, to me, there wasn't that momentum going there. As far as the dynamics, there are some great things about the way it's laid out, like the ability to tell an engaging story with its camera angles and stuff like that. I think are definitely pretty awesome, right? And it is an open world game, and I love open world games in general, right? So, so there's a lot of great things, a lot of great qualities of this game, and I do think it was actually one of the best, or if not better, games out that came out in 2015. However, my personal cup of tea. I enjoy it. I'm still gonna play it, but I'm not gaga over it like some people. So it goes to show you, maybe if you're not a Witcher fan, that you might not go gaga over it, right? You just don't have that momentum and love for the characters and things like that, or the world itself, right? And while it is an open world, it's still never an open world that compares to the Elder Scrolls open world, right? Like it's open, but it's not like this interact with any object sort of interactivity type of thing. I don't feel really curious to explore it. Like there's so far from what I've seen, hasn't been too much variety in the landscapes. Maybe I could have not gone that far into it, but I think I'm over more than 20 or 30 hours into the game. And also, there's a little bit of lack of direction sometimes. You have your main sort of quests, which, I mean, I guess you can argue with the Elder Scrolls, it's the same thing. You don't really have sort of a, you could kind of veer off, but I just don't feel these connecting points as much with the side quests and mini stories and stuff like that. And I think with a lot of the things with the side quests, it's also just the excitement of building up your character. My character doesn't seem to level up as fast from just doing these little side quests and things like that, right? Also, so far from what I've seen, just the variety of monsters, at least with like just wandering the land and stuff like that, mainly getting attacked by wolves and these alien-like creatures and stuff like that. So it's not that exciting to just explore the world and see, oh, what am I going to find, kind of thing, right? So, I'm sure, of course, as I get deeper into the game, there's going to be more stuff. Like I've seen stuff like when you're fighting some of the monsters and bosses, it's a lot more impressive, right? Also, I know there's a modding community for that, but I don't think anything would ever compare to Elder Scrolls. I know I keep on bringing up that reference point of Elder Scrolls, but I think really the bottom line for me with this game is that it's 2016 right now. The game came out last year, and basically my bar is up here. My bar is up here. I feel overall a little bit of a lull with gaming in general. I'm tending to go back and play older games because, they're banking off a lot of the technology, a lot of games out there, not necessarily giving it more soul or more content, right? And I feel like, this new generation of gaming with the PS4 hasn't really been a big jump right now, right? So maybe I think, to me, when something like the Oculus Rift becomes really popular and affordable and adds a new dimension, that could be the thing that sort of changes the dynamics of gaming. But for the most part, it's gaming is kind of gaming there in this generation. Has been that much. So if this was like 2011 or 2012, I probably would have been all over Witcher and been like, oh, this is amazing, right? But you know, there's a lot of games, and they do know that Elder Scrolls is a very successful game and sort of bank off that and try to throw in the world open world. But open world doesn't really feel like it just feels like it's I'm exploring it, but there's not that. I don't get that feeling like with Elder Scrolls where you turn off the system and people's lives carry off on their own kind of thing, right? Just like the ability to be able to talk to any NPCs. Like when you talk to most NPCs wandering around, they don't really have much anything to say, that type of stuff. So, so that's it. I think that's really the bottom line for me. It's just, it's my bar is up here, right? So, being 2016, I have high expectations and really need something to get going. So, I think at the end of the day, I think if you are a Witcher fan, you like the franchise, you're gonna love this game. And if you like, if you generally like RPGs, you could also like this game as well. But if you don't have some of those things going for you, that sort of momentum, then it might not be something that draws you in per se, right? But I think it has more to do with the product at the time. So we need stuff to really, the raise our bar. We become desensitized. I've become desensitized a little bit. So that's just my 2 cents. Is it still a worthwhile game to get? Yes. To me, in the sea of things that I have to play to stand out, do I feel it pulling me back, kind of thing? No, not personally. I mean, I still like playing it here and there, but I don't necessarily feel that pull, that addiction point. So, anyways, that's my 2 cents. So, but I think it's still a game worth exploring. Just be cognizant about the hype. There's good things and bad things to it, and it's not, I won't say it's a be-all and end-all of gaming. It definitely was one of the best games out there that came out last year, but, in my mind, it's not something like an Elder Scrolls. So. All right, signing out.
Hello, Gandu.